Hello, my name is Randall Avers, and these are my classical guitar tips, part 1. Before we dive into actual playing, it's worth taking a moment to look at a few things that will make a big difference when you're learning how to play the guitar. So, first, it's the chair. So, your chair should have no arms, it should be stable, and shouldn't have too much cushion in it. It should feel comfortable enough for you to put both feet flat on the floor without having to adjust your position. So you'll be sitting here for a while. Take the time to find a good chair. Next, we have the guitar support, which makes it possible for your body to be aligned when you play. If you plan to practice for a long time, which you should, your back needs to be straight and your shoulders need to be balanced and level. Your guitar should feel secure in your lap without using your hands to keep it in place. A footstool can get you about 95% there, and it's also cheap. Just adjust the height and put it under your left foot. The height of your left leg should be greater than 90 degrees, but don't overdo it. In this position, the guitar is secured with 4 parts of your body: the left leg, the inside of the right leg, the chest, and the right forearm. I personally use a guitar support called the Murata. I replace the rod with one that is longer and bent at about a 30-degree angle, and this puts my guitar in an even better position without needing to lift my leg. So, a very important note here: any sitting for a long time should be offset by stretching. Guitarists can develop a bad back even if they have a good position, so keep an eye out for your hip flexors slumping or overarching. Don't develop bad posture by reading off the kitchen table. Invest in a music stand. A music stand helps you easily create the perfect angle and distance for reading. The stand is set in between your hands. It's far enough that you can locate the 2 hands in your peripheral vision, and close enough that you can see the details in the score with maybe just a slight leaning forward. You also want to be able to write, and here I recommend a stand with a solid back. And finally, we come to nails. Nails on the right hand are a huge part of playing the classical guitar. When done correctly, they give a consistent, beautiful tone and make it easy to play. But when they're done wrong, the fingernails get hooked under the string and the sound is inconsistent, harsh, and brittle. When doing our nails, we have to imagine how the fingers would look if they were on the same string in playing position. If you're not sure what playing position looks like, you can imagine this by using a ball. A lacrosse ball works for me, and maybe a racquetball could work for a person with smaller hands. From this point, we can actually determine a good shape for these 3 fingernails. Make a groove, and this will serve as a very important reference for these 3 fingers later. Next, it comes to filing the nails. Begin underneath the nail and make it as flat as you can. Then rotate the hand so that you are in the groove that you made earlier. Here I'm demonstrating on both the pointer finger and also on the middle finger. Next, it comes to one of the big secrets of classical guitarists, and it's the polishing. A lot of guitarists use 3M Trimite Free Cut Silver. This special paper loses grit as you sand, beginning with 500 and going to 2000 grit. You can buy sheets of this on the net at classical guitar stores. Here I'm using it just like the nail file, beginning under, over, and getting all surfaces. If you want to check to see that the surface is 100% smooth, slide the tip of your left thumbnail over the surface. This concludes part 1. In part 2, we'll be going over the right hand in greater detail. So if you enjoyed this film, and if you got something out of it, please take a moment and subscribe. Thanks.